Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still requesting that you take a second or two and subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, like and share videos. To those who support us, on the same breath, allow me to thank you in a very special way. Ladies and gentlemen, the president handlers must really be very careful because our president is disparate, and you know, when you are dealing with a disparate man, he can do everything and anything. President Ruto is like a cat that has been cornered in a very tight and dark room. And you see, when someone is disparate, especially a leader of his caliber, then he will develop tendencies of condescending very low. And he will be doing things that are very shameful to himself, to the family, to the government. After issuing threats to the judiciary and to those who are taking him to court, after accusing Uhuru Kenyatta of sponsoring people to go to the court, and he received a lot of backlash and his statements backfired, the president has now turned into a blogger. That is it. He has now gone back to his tendency, what he used to do when he was a deputy president. He used to tweet. Back then he said that he was thrown into the periphery by the then president Uhuru Kenyatta. Now we are shocked because I want us to read this tweet. I can't imagine. I don't know the desperation, where the desperation is coming from. The president went to his Twitter handle and he decided to address lawyer Ahmed Nasir, who has always maintained that our judiciary is corrupt. And Nasir has always said that beginning from the president of the judiciary, Madam Martha Koome, trickling down to the other judges of the lower cadre, everyone or majority are corrupt. So this is what President Ruto was saying. Ahmed Nasir SC, you warned me of sabotage by corrupt judicial officers. I told you there are many good officers in the judiciary and that we will root out the corrupt. We shall. Mwite SC, the impunity of bribing judges so as not to delay or sabotage Kenya's imminent transformation will never happen under my watch. Not a single cent will be used to bribe nobody. Mambo ya wafisadi wote ni yale nilisema. I think ni yale mambo mangapi, you remember. But then, ladies and gentlemen, you know, the reason why very many people have decided to discuss the president's conduct is this. There is a way, there is an expected standard way in which a state officer should behave. Even where you work, whether you are self-employed, you have your office there, ukata na kibanda chako pale, there's a way you need to conduct yourself. In simple terms, you need to conduct yourself with decorum. The president has got a team of bloggers, Makori, people like Bianca, Nyaga, Dennis Itumbi, and all the likes. There are certain words that you don't do yourself. This is condescending too low. You don't go to your Twitter handle and you start tweeting about something that is already, you know, do I say hot air, or is already eliciting a lot of sharp reactions from Kenyans. Because when William Ruto talked in the streets there in public, what we call street declarations, he didn't spare, neither did people spare him. The Law Society of Kenya, lawyers, opposition, people told him off. And I want to tell the president this. It is not like we don't know that some judges are corrupt. The president, through the intelligence, understands very well that majority of Kenyans believe that the judiciary was bribed to give him his win. And in fact, he's only coming out to corroborate and to confirm to us. We know that there are judges who are corrupt. But we also want to remind him that recently, Judge Chitembwe was relieved of his duty and he knows what he did. There are legal procedural ways of removing judges. So let him not, remind us as if, let him take the correct measures, not making noise. We thought that he had made his statement when he threatened, and he even declared that he would not respect the court orders and court verdicts. Now the question that I want to ask, after making that noise, after threatening and receiving a backlash and condemnation and castigation from Kenyans from all walks of life, why do you think he has decided? Because for the president, he didn't just wake up and decided to tweet. There must have been a reason. Why do you think the president, in his own wisdom or lack of the same, decided to tweet? One, our president is desperate, as I've told you. And when a man is desperate, he will do anything. And one of them is tweeting. He would have left this to his bloggers. He's also guilty. After the condemnation and people are on his back, he has only remained with people like Kimani Chungwa, Mount Kenya Member of Parliament, who have now decided to sanitize William Samoei Ruto and justify all the punitive taxes. They are responsible for the suffering of people. And I believe Mount Kenya voters are watching. So he's desperate and guilty at the same time. He knows that what he's doing is wrong, but he has to do it anyway. So the guilt and the desperation is killing him. Being desperate, he's resorting to this because he wants sympathy. He wants people to know that he's the victim here. This whole thing was choreographed in such a way that you'd feel for William Ruto. It started by, it is Uhuru Kenyatta, his predecessor, who is heading this sabotage. He told us that Uhuru Kenyatta is sponsoring court cases. And with that, you would sympathize with William Ruto. That is what he wants. So that it is seen that it's Raila, the opposition, Uhuru with this money. But Kenyans are wiser than this. So even if he goes to Twitter and try to get all this sympathy, I don't think. He once told us that we have a shortage of fools in the country. And I want to tell him he's right. We have a shortage of fools. People are wiser. He is looking for a backup. He's looking for a team, the like-minded, people like Ahmed Nasir. Of late, Ahmed Nasir had started castigating him. But now, because Ahmed had talked about the corrupt judges, Mwite also talked about it, he's now trying to look for them so that he wins this war in the court of public opinion. You will see more of this, a lot of shouting on Twitter, a lot of street declarations, and onslaught against our judges, because he wants these people to come and help him fight this war. But this war can never be fought on the streets. It can never be fought on the tweets. Yesterday, the head of the Judiciary, Madam Hot Air, told him that if they are correct, if, for example, if there are verdicts from the court that he does not agree with, he can appeal, like they did even in the housing finance and all this. He has always done that. Let him appeal. And if he knows very well that there are judges who are corrupt, let him follow the correct procedure. You cannot win this war on Twitter. Neither can you win it on the street. He should leave these tweets to his team. I would not, if it is a Tumi doing it, it's okay. That is why we delegate duties. It is shameful. He's also looking for justification. That I'm complaining and I'm not the only one. People like Ahmed Nasir had complained about it, because Ahmed Nasir has been in the, I think, Judicial Service Commission, if I'm not wrong. And so William Ruto wants to put it, or he wants to make us believe that there are good Kenyans who have started seeing the bad, character and conduct of our judges. So he wants to justify threatening the judges. He wants to justify going ahead with construction of roads that have been, stopped according to him by the courts. He wants to go ahead and forcefully implement the universal health care and the housing levy. He wants to continue collecting this, and that's why he's going to the Twitters. But I know he has got quite a number of followers whom he believes very well maybe do not even listen to him on TV. The people don't even watch TV. So he's targeting them. This is justification for impunity. And the last one, there is a kind of disparate determination to go ahead with the injunctions, with these programs, despite the fact that they were stopped by the courts. And he wants to continue with impunity. And this is why he's telling us all this on Twitter. And don't be surprised, he had already instructed the PS in the Ministry of Roads to go ahead with the construction of some road there in Kirinyaga, I don't know, that he says was stopped. People asking which road is that, I don't know. If you're coming from Kirinyaga, you might know. He said he was going ahead with the universal healthcare and collection of housing levy. And you see, he has decided to perpetuate what he started during the campaigns. It was a kind of a class war, the hustlers and the dynasties. Now, he has come back with the narrative just around that they are the poor slum dwellers who need jobs and need good and clean houses. And so he's telling them that those who are going to court ni wale mabwenyenye, the rich and influential who are living in their homes. And with that, he believes that the hustlers will listen to him, and is trying to tell them that these rich people do not want to pay the housing levy, do not want them to get good houses. And this is exactly what he wants to do. And he will be doing it and sponsoring the vulnerable in the society to go and demonstrate on the streets. Tunataka nyumba, tunataka kazi. Let me ask you, if there is an affordable housing in your area, then you're a plumber, a mason, unaweka tiles there, unaweka mabati nini, then the construction goes on for 6 months and then inaisha. Is that a permanent solution? Why can't we be serious about on job creation? Why can't we create an environment where investors will come back? Because we cannot be making noise about job creation on the affordable housing when investors are running away from the country. The cost of production is just too high. When you force some people even to pay and the employers to pay for them part of the housing levy, watafukuza watu because there are employers who will not sustain this. So ladies and gentlemen, our president must stop being a blogger. Let him leave blogging to Itumbi and the team. Let him behave himself with decorum. And those who are handling the president, please remind him that as it is, he's the one taking home salary as a president. He's the one who has got a security as a president. He enjoys the privileges of the president of the Republic of Kenya. He should behave with decorum in a manner that befits a person of his stature. Let him not start tweeting. I rest my case.